Unfortunately, we have one of the biggest VA rating scandals ever. And this isn't just a veteran committing fraud. This is on the VA rater side of the house. It goes pretty deep. Nothing good's going to come out of this one. We're going to look at this report from the Department of Justice. And as always, I'll give you my thoughts on this topic. And I really want your thoughts. This is not a cheery topic at all. Just came out Thursday. That was last night, May 22nd. Veteran Affairs employees and nine others indicted for defrauding the United States in disability benefits fraud scheme. This part here is kind of what separates this, and you'll see why here in a second. I'm going to butcher these names just so you know. But in San Juan, Puerto Rico, on May 21, 2025, a federal grand jury in the District of Puerto Rico returned a 49-count indictment charging 10 individuals with defrauding the government to obtain VA disability benefits. That's not good. No, sir. This criminal investigation was co-led by United States VA OIG and the FBI. According to court documents, over the last 5 years, defendant Angel, I'm just going to stick with Angel here, used his position as an employee of the VA to access VBMS. I think veterans should have access to VBMS, by the way, and assigned particular claims to VA employees that he supervised. That's an issue. At the same time, Angel, the VA employee, communicated with the facilitator, defendant Richard Rivera, regarding what false medical conditions should be claimed by specific veterans to fraudulently obtain disability benefits. Big no-no. Together, Angel and Richard and various veterans caused fraudulent claims for lifetime VA disability benefits to be submitted and approved based on false medical conditions, on violation of yada, 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 all these bad things. Now, it does give us a list of who's involved, okay? So don't worry. We're going to get there. Angel and Richard charged and received payments for facilitating the approval. They received payments for facilitating the approval of VA disability applications based on false information. That's worse than what we just read. The veterans participating in the scheme fraudulently received VA disability payments. The defendants created and executed a scheme to defraud the U.S. VBA, which administers vital programs that provide disability benefits, pension and survivor benefits, education assistance, among other benefits. These defendants exploited a program intended to assist veterans who are truly in need, said that person. I commend the outstanding work. Okay. This case is part of a nationwide initiative of the Department of the VA OIG to combat fraud and other unlawful conduct committed by predatory claim companies. That's hilarious. Entities involved in these schemes are often unaccredited and make false or fraudulent promises to obtain or increase a veteran's VA benefits while demanding direct payment. These indictments and arrests highlight the VA OIG's dedication to root out those who prey on veterans for financial gain. Yikes, dude. Imagine being a VA employee and doing that. Wild. This investigation revealed a disgraceful scheme to defraud a system meant to serve our most vulnerable veterans. This is shameful. All right. Those are opinions here. Okay, the defendants and their roles and in the conspiracy are Angel, resident in Puerto Rico, who started working at the VA in January 2009. In February 2020, 11 years in, he was promoted to VA coach, where he supervised 18 RVSRs, those are VA raters, who grant disability claims. Okay, Richard Rivera, the owner of an auto repair business, but not employed by the VA, he identified veterans who did not have 100% disability rating and offered to help them obtain a 100% rating for an upfront cash fee. Obviously, that's a no-no. Rivera instructed veterans exactly what false information to provide when attending medical evaluations. See, that's the issue there. Bang, bang, bang. Victor, a veteran who finally obtained 100% disability rating. Brenda, wife of 3, mother of 5, act as a facilitator. Gabriel, a veteran and police officer who obtained 100%. Randolph, a veteran and commercial flight attendant who finally attained. Jose, a veteran who finally attained 90. Eladio, a veteran and commercial airline pilot who finally attained 70. Ignacio, a veteran of Homeland, got 100. And Felix, a veteran who finally obtained 90%. So if convicted, they're not convicted. We're innocent until proven guilty. This is pretty bad, though. I'm going to give you my thoughts, okay? And it goes in 2 streams. One, outside of Brenda, because she's a facilitator, you have all these people who received the VA ratings. If you are coached to submit a fraudulent claim, you're on the hook for that. The veteran is at fault. And I think the trial here, assuming it even goes to trial, is going to show us that very clearly. So there's some company at fault, absolutely, but the veteran's also at fault. Second thing is when it comes to VA claim companies charging crazy fees, promising 100%, being coached to fraudulently lie on medical exams and CMP exams, no bueno, dude. No bueno. Again, I think that I'm going to double down on our claim company's kind of process of going through a one-on-one, going through the 5 steps, not looking at medical records, not doing any of that. You really have to separate everything from Nexus letters and DBQs and CMP exams apart from claim companies. At least that's my opinion. Yeah, man, this VA employee, that's not even the big issue here. The issue is a VA employee is kind of like the ringleader, and all of this was possible for that. Those are my thoughts, man. I think this is absolutely big news. I think the VA OIG is going to hammer these people in court. Even the ones who are not part of the company, but they received a rating. Okay. Anyways, I want to know your thoughts on this. Let me know down below. Thank you.